Al, and today we're going to recap on the game. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. Well, let's get straight into it. All right, man, we're going to talk about it. We're just going to get straight into it. My job, you guys were up with me. Y'all know I ain't getting no sleep. And look, I got to start with the good. We won the game. We simply won the game. 24-20. To me, it was a tale of two halves. I thought the first half, one side of the ball did great. Second half, the other side of the ball did great. To me, it felt like everything was just happening for us to lose this game. This is what happened the first series. We get a flag, Jalen Carter or something like that. So that's how the game started. I'm like, okay, this is how it's going to start. Cool. I thought the defense, at least the first half, was not the best. I'm going to use the right words. They weren't the best. They did not look good at all. So let's start with the defensive line. This is why Jalen Carter got to be disciplined, because the defensive line wasn't that great. Didn't look dominant, at least the first half. So I thought Nolan Smith and Jalen Hunt didn't look that well in the first half. But there was one standout, and that was Byron Young. Byron Young looked great, stopping the run, getting after the passer. He was getting pressure. And I thought Joshua Oshay did really good. Like, he looked like his old self. Like, he was getting there off the edge. And the D-line, man, even without Jalen Carter, got to be better. Got to be better, because who's to say Jalen Carter's going to play every game? I was a little disappointed in Jordan Davis. I thought Jordan Davis could have been better. He stopped the run a couple times, but he completely whiffed on the sack. It's like, come on, Jordan Davis, you get in there, but how you missing tackles on Dak Prescott? That didn't make sense to me. The linebackers were fine. Zack Baun. But I thought Jihaad Campbell had one hell of a game. Now, Eagles fans, yes, our game is over. Eagles got the dub. Of course, the link, we're going to get the dub. But you can still get on ProphetX on here and look at the game tonight. It looked like it's the Chiefs and the Chargers. It looked like the Lions believe it's going to be a close one. So ProphetX, in case you don't know, it's a peer-to-peer sports exchange where you could play against fans and not the house. So you can get even better lines and even have a chance to create your own lines. So shout out to ProphetX, man. I think Kansas City got this one, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think Kansas City gonna get this one. You know, they're coming off that butt whooping by the Eagles off the Super Bowl. So we go Kansas City here. See here, you can see put $20 on there. And again, if you go back, it's multiple markets, so you don't even have to do the three or basically to pick them. You could go to multiple markets, and then you say 4, 5-point spread, 6-point spread. And again, man, shout out to ProphetX for sponsoring this video. And if you're interested, you can use my link below, or you can download the app, use promo code EagleOwl, and get the best lines in the game. Again, shout out to ProphetX. 1.5% cash back on your first 30 days up to $200. Again, thank you for sponsoring the show. Jihaad Campbell was really, really good. So shout out to Jihaad Campbell. He looked good. It looked like he deserved to start. To me, like I was saying, I thought Trotter Jr. had a really good camp, but it's just that Jihaad Campbell is a different guy. And as far as the safeties, man, I like how the safeties look. We rotated Andrew McCuba and Sidney Brown. I thought both played great. Reed Blankenship looked fine. But Adoree Jackson. The reason why I don't want to go in on him is because he's low-hanging fruit. Like, I'm looking at Twitter, and I'm like, man, they on his ass. Like, he couldn't stop the run. He the reason why Miles Sanders broke for that long run. He was getting torched in the pass game. He was terrible. But when he got hurt and Bennett came in, I thought Bennett was fine. Bennett was fine. Adoree Jackson, at least he was honest with himself. He gave himself a C. Honestly, in my personal opinion, I would have given him a D or a F. A D because he did get a nice PBU on CD Lamb, but the defense started really slow, really slow. But let's talk about the offensive side of the ball, the first half. So again, this was a tale of two halves. I thought we was moving the ball. Jalen Hurts looked efficient with his legs, throwing the ball. I thought Saquon was just Saquon Barkley. But we got to find a way to get AJ involved, man. I never in my life want to see a game where AJ Brown gets one target, one catch for like 7 yards with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. No, you got to get your stars involved early. You know how you guys feel about, oh, Saquon, you got to get him involved. You got to get him involved and make the team better. I feel the same way about AJ and Smitty. You got to get them more involved. Like, I can't watch a game like that ever again. And I seen it was times where it looked like Jalen Hurts looked this way. We drew up something for him, but the Cowboys were all over it. And we praise AJ for this, and this is the problem. And shout out to somebody said this in my comments, like, yo, we like what Darius Slay said with AJ being number one. And AJ, you know, you line him up on your side and he's going to stay there. He like, you come see me. That's cool. But the offensive coordinator got to draw something up for him to get open. Motion him. Put him in a slot. Put him in a backfield. Let him run a Texas route or something. You got to get AJ involved some way, somehow. You got to be creative because AJ is too good just to be a decoy. Way too good. So the offensive coordinator got to do better with that. Definitely do. But again, the offense was efficient, at least the first half, I thought. Everything was clicking. A.J. Dillon ran a big one for like 8-9 yards. That is huge for a guy like A.J. Dillon. I thought Will Shipley played fine as well. Dallas Goedert looked good. He was getting open a lot. Jihaad Dotson lead the wide receivers in most yards. He caught a bomb from Jalen Hurts. But I thought Jalen Hurts, if I had to put like player of the game, Jalen Hurts carried this team. I rewatched Don't Do This while taking my son to school. I had my phone on. Yeah, I was looking at the road. Don't do that. I do not advise that. But I thought Jalen Hurts masked a lot of problems that we have on offense. Mind you, it's week one, so we're not going to harp on it. We're not going to drill on it too much. Maybe later in the week. But guys wasn't getting open, man. And Jalen Hurts, he did what he's supposed to do. Use his legs. They're not getting that pressure. But I've seen times where, at least from the gameplay view, all the receivers are like on one side of the field. Like the route concepts wasn't that great. Somebody said that in my comments while I was live streaming. Like, I can't really see it yet. But yeah, I rewatched a little bit of it, taking my son to school. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know. The routes were like not that great. I don't think the play calling was that great. I think I gave Kevin Patullo more credit than he deserves, actually, whereas though it should have really went to Jalen Hurts, as Jalen Hurts was making it work. And we seen a season like this, whereas though the offensive coordinator did not look good. Jalen Hurts, 2020, he had to carry, but it got to a point where we started losing and losing and losing. So Kevin Patullo, this is a test. You got to get it right. You got to get it right because they had a rain delay, and the defense adjusted. Cowboys defense adjusted. It felt like the offense never did. It felt like the offense never adjusted to what was going on. So we got to fix that for sure. And then again, man, you got to get your stars involved. That's the reason why you pay AJ $30+ million. It's the reason why you pay Smitty $25+ million. Got to get them involved, man. But shout out to the guys again that got involved. Dotson, Goddard, Granson caught one for like a yard. I thought Saquon was great in the pass game too. Offensive line was awesome. I thought Tyler Steen got beat a couple times, but overall the offensive line was awesome. Jordan Mailata got beat a couple times too. I can't forget that. Hopefully Landon Dickerson, he went out with an injury, back injury. Tell it two halves. So first half, offense was great. Second half, you got a touchdown. Didn't look that great. The defense started bringing the blitz. Looked like Kevin Patullo ain't really have an answer. But we did just enough to win the game. Did just enough, so hopefully we can fix that. And again, man, like I said, tell it two halves. Go back to the defensive side of the ball, the second half. They were phenomenal. I mean, Nola Smith woke up. I thought Jalen Hunt woke up. Byron Young, Mauro Jomo, they start waking up. The linebackers, again, look great. Defensive backs look great besides Adoree Jackson. We're not going to harp on him. But, yeah, the defense definitely woke up the second half. Now, my biggest gripe or the biggest takeaway from this game is that it's week one. We're just going to see some sloppiness. We've seen it week one when we played the Packers in Brazil. There is some rust on the defensive side, but I like how Vic Fangio adjusts. What's lacking on the defense right now is cornerback 2, of course, but some type of leadership. Because back to Jalen Carter, things like that shouldn't happen. I think if Brandon Graham and like Devontae Smith, if big play Slay out there, I just don't think that's happening. I really don't think that happens. And, I see a lot of people saying that, well, Dak did it first. Why can't he retaliate, right? Well, Dak did that to piss him off. Dak knew what he was doing, and he found the way to get our best player out the game. He found a way to get him out the game. Jalen Carter keep having stints like this. Last year, remember the Saints game, then it was Washington. Like, he just had these games where he just go off. Is he starting it? Not really, but when you act like that, and I said this in my live stream too, you can get traded. You can get traded. And I said, well, welcome to the Broncos while we get Patrick Surtain. I was joking, but no seriousness, man. You can seriously get traded. Now, I seen my guy LB. I was watching his live. He like, man, they was going to trade him to the Cowboys. Nah, I don't think that was going to happen. But, if a package is good enough and Jalen Carter continue to act like that, Howie Roseman will clean his hands fast. We know the Eagles organization. We know them. They don't like that type of behavior. They really don't. They got a short fuse. And your contract coming up, they're going to be like, hey, we're going to hit you with a team-friendly deal. If you don't want to take it, we just going to move you because you're not worth paying all that money if you're going to crash out to the point where you're going to miss games. My POV. And honestly, even if the league don't suspend Jalen Carter for a game, honestly, I think the Eagles should bench him. Not just the first quarter, the first half. Got to bench him for the game. Bench him. Because at some point, he got to learn, man. He got to learn. And if he keep going this route, man, I don't know, man. I just don't know about Jalen Carter. But he gotta go in a different route and be better. He got to be better. But that's all I got for you guys today. And hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel? No, I'm sleepy. I'm not going to lie to y'all. But, I had to get this out. Quick one. Not really deep diving into stats. Just going off my first reaction to what I seen. To me, Taylor, two halves. Got to get AJ involved. Jalen Carter got to control his emotions. First half, defense looked terrible. Second half, they looked great. Offense, first half looked great. Second half looked terrible. But we got questions about Kevin Patullo. We got questions about Jalen Carter character. And shout out to the sponsor, ProphetX, for sponsoring this video. This is Eagle Owl, man. I'm up.